Hey guys, Mike here. Today I'm going to be taking apart this Shaman. I carried it today and I must have had some sand in my front little knife pocket on my 511 Taclite Pro pants because the action got full of sand. I blew most of it out, but it's still, originally it was completely seized up. Could not even pull the blade out. I'm sure if I forced it I could have, but I didn't want to scratch the DLC, so I didn't mess with it. I blew in here. I had to blow most of it out. It does open now. It's real gritty. Maybe you can hear that, but the lock, everything's real gritty. So I'm gonna take it apart, clean it. Thought I'd bring you guys along. So this is the Knife Joker exclusive Shaman. In that forest green G10. It's smooth. It's got the DLC Cruwear blade. It is a tool steel, but great knife. Ended up getting two of them. This one's going to be a user. Actually, today is the first day I carried it and filled it full of sand. So we'll get it cleaned up and show you guys what the inside of a Shaman looks like. The tools you'll need, some Torx bits. The T8 is going to be for the scales, and the T10 will be for the pivot. So let's get this pulled apart and go from there. This particular model has 4 Torx bits or Torx screws on the back of the handle. They thread into this back spacer here. It's actually metal, and that's what's threaded. So you get these pulled out. They're all loose. Just need to get them to kind of pop out. 2 of them. Need to get a mat that it's going to catch these screws when they fall. If you ever worked on knives or guns or ARs, losing springs and screws, that's the worst part. So I got these 4 out. You don't need to take the pocket clip off to take it apart. So you've got screws on both sides of the pivot. Those are going to be the T10s. So I'll get that taken off here. Oh, that side's already fallen off. You can see just, I don't know if you can see it in the video, probably not, but as I'm doing this, little pieces of sand and junk are coming out. So, get this taken apart. That side looks fairly clean. Let's see. We got the phosphorus bronze washers. Here, we'll get all these cleaned up. Put back in that blade. There's some sand there. That's probably what I was dealing with. Not much. Like I said, I blew most of it out. Originally, it was completely seized up. I've never had a knife seize up. You can hear it in here, though. So, we'll get this, pop this liner out. It's full of gunk in there. So, trying to get that blown out off camera here. Using knives to fix knives. I've got the little ZDP 189 man bug just to scrape these. It's inside where that compression lock rides, and in the pivot there's some sand. That one looks good. The metal I'll just wipe down. There's no moving parts on this side, so I don't need to do it to this side. Close that up. All I'm using today is just some Rem oil wipes to wipe it down and to kind of pull that gunk out of there. Not necessarily lubing the pivot here, although this may do a little bit of that. That's not my concern. My concern is to get the sand out. And this is going to act as my rag, and the added benefit of some oil. So this is the liner that had the gunk in it, and behind it. So I'm just gonna wipe this down completely, getting off all of that. And that is still sealed up, so I'm not gonna pull that off, but I'm just gonna wipe around it. Make sure there's no sand anywhere in here, which we look pretty good. So give this a little wipe just because it's in my hand, but ready to put it back together. So pretty painless if you got the right tools and the know-how, which it's real easy. Hopefully if you didn't, this video can help you. So where we're at now, we've got the lock side liner in. These never came out. If they did, you would just drop them in. You got the one washer on that side there, so we're gonna drop the blade in. I'm gonna put the top washer on, and that's what gives you that smooth action, is these phosphorus bronze washers. Let's see, so we got 4 body screws and the 2 pivots. So we're gonna take these 2 for the body. While I've got this open, I'll show you. If you don't know, Spyderco puts a date code on their blade. So this was 1019. I'm not sure what the A means, but this was manufactured October of 19. This exclusive. This is a Knife Joker exclusive, as I said before. I'm not sure how many they made, but they sold out very quick. I was fortunate enough to get 2 of them in my hands. One for the collection and one it's going to be a user. I really like this color combo on these ones. The Shaman, it's a big knife if you haven't owned one. It is on the large side. I'll do some comparisons when we're done here to give you an idea on the actual size of it. Get these started so they thread right into here. They're not going into the liner, they're going into this black metal backspacer. So I'm just gonna get those sides started, and then we'll drop this on top. Let's see, I'm gonna wipe this side, just the top here. So again, just sandwich it on there, and then these will be lined up in the back. I just drop them in, and then I'll use the wrench or the screwdriver at the end, but just to get them started, you can just use your hands. Make sure the front and back are pretty snug, and we'll move to the pivot. The pivot's going to use that T10, a little bigger size. Get this started. You may need to... There we go, it wasn't, you heard it snap on in. So, alright, everything's started, nothing is tight right now. But that grit, there's no grit anymore. So, I'm gonna tighten the back ones. Those can be nice and snug. They don't affect the action of the knife. Whereas that pivot, you're gonna need to adjust that. That'll help with centering and the action itself. So it's pretty smooth. I'm good with that. We're smooth. It drops shut. No blade play, so that was a success. So like I said, if you're not familiar with the Shaman, I can compare it to a couple other models that I have out. As far as the color goes, like I said, forest green G10. This is the Knife Joker exclusive. If you're familiar with the ZDP 189 FRN line, it's going to be very similar to that color. Here's another sneak peek of a knife I'll do a video on, but this is that new S45VN Sprint Run. It's got the real grippy G10, but the color is going to be real similar. Get these blades closed up and I'll show you. A little darker on this. I don't know if that's just because of the way the light hits the texture, but very cool color. Now, as far as size goes on the Shaman, you grab a Mannix up here and we can do a comparison. This is a Paramilitary 2 for comparison. Let me grab a Mannix. Let's see. Here's a Mannix. Here's a Cutlery Shop exclusive in S90V. Also a great knife. This is the original satin version. But size-wise, I would say it's more similar to the Mannix because, here, this may be a better example. Not a lightweight, so G10 all the way around. The width is going to be more similar to the Mannix than the Paramilitary 2, which is going to be a little thinner. As far as the thickness of the knife, the Shaman's going to be the thickest by far. It's a beefy knife. It feels great in the hand, but it is beefy. Overall length with the blade, again, Shaman's going to be the bigger of the three. It's real contoured here, where this one, there's really no contouring on this specific Sprint. It's real sharp 90-degree edges. The Mannix is going to be more 90'd. It's smoother, but there's no rounding really. And when you look at the Shaman, all the models, they've got very contoured edges. So it is a thicker knife, but in the hand it feels really good because of all the contouring they did. So that is how to take apart a Shaman and get sand out if you've got the exact problem I have. If not, it'll pretty much show you how to take it apart to fix anything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.